Hello, today we're going to talk about quartiles and interquartile range. Alright, to understand quartiles you have to understand medians. Alright, so I have a set of data here, and my median is my middle number. Don't get it confused with the mean. Alright, so in this one right here we're looking for the median. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 total numbers. Since it's even, I'm not going to have a middle number off the bat. So, I break it into 2 sections. Then I find the median of each section, and then I find the median of the whole. So this first section of here, I find the median. I have a 6 and I have a 9. But there's 4 numbers, so there's no middle number. So I take my 9, add it to my 6, and divide it by 2. I basically find the mean of these two. So that gives me 7.5. So that is the median of this first section. Now I go to my back section. Do the same thing. Because there's 4 of them, there's no median. So 13 plus 12 divided by 2. And that gives us 25 over 2, which is 12.5. Now, we have to find the median of the whole, which would just be 9 and 11 right here. Alright, now we had to find 3 different medians. Those are our quartiles. The 7.5 is our Q1 because it's in the first section. As you can see, first section, second section, third, and our last one is just our biggest number. So this is Q1. This is the section for our first quartile. Our second quartile is always the median of the whole, which is 10. Our third quartile is the median of the back section, which is 12.5. And our final quartile is just our biggest number. In this case, it's 14. And that is how you find quartiles. Now we're going to find the IQR of this too. That's called the interquartile range. To find the interquartile range, or the IQR, you take, so the IQR equals Q3 minus Q1. So my Q3 is 12.5. My Q1 is 7.5. And that gives me 5. So along with all this, my IQR, or interquartile range, is 5. And that is how you find the 4 quartiles and your IQR. But don't worry if you're confused, we're going to do 2 more examples of it. Alright, here's our second example. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. So that means we will have a median because it is odd. So I'll break it into 4 and 4, and then 15 is automatically our Q2 because we have a median. And the last one that you saw, we had an even number, so you didn't have a middle number. Whenever it's odd numbers, you'll automatically have a Q2 and won't have to find the average of it. All right, so we have 4 here. So we have to find the median. So 8 and 10 over 2, which gives me 18 over 2, which is 9. Q1 is 9. I've already stated the Q2 is 15. Now the Q3. 34 plus 30 over 2. 64 over 2 is 32. So the first three are always, the Q1 is always the median of the first half. The Q2 is the median of the whole. The Q3, or the quartile 3, is the median of the back half. Not the mean, the median. And now our Q4, our last quartile, is just the largest number, which is 40. Now, the last thing we need to find is the IQR, or the interquartile range. The interquartile range is the Q3 minus the Q1. So that's 32 minus 9. So 32 minus 9 gives us 23. So our interquartile range is 23. And that is your second example. I'm going to do one more. All right, and here's our third example. This time we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's an even number, so I'm going to have 4 and 4, which means I'm going to have to find my Q2. It's just not there for me. So my Q1, which is my front, 60 plus 40 over 2, which is 100 over 2, which is 50. You don't have to do that every time. If you can just see the average, I don't think it really matters. So here, this is pretty easy. I'm going to do it out anyways, just for the sake of doing the same thing every time. You can tell it's 100. Because they're both 100, so you add them together and divide by 2, you're going to get it. So our Q3 is 100. And our Q2, since we have an even number, 8, we have to find the median. So we take our 2 in the very middle. 80 plus 70 divided by 2. 150 over 2 gives us 75. Q2. Then our fourth quartile is just the largest number. And now we have to find the IQR, or the interquartile range. And that is 100 minus 50, which is just 50. All right, this has been quartiles and interquartile range. You'll use this for box and Whittaker plots, which we'll talk about in another video. Hope this helped, and good luck.